Hi guys, I'm Squadron Leader Garima Mishra, retired from the Indian Air Force, and you're listening to me on Taking It Slow with Vijendra and Vivek. But do we really take it slow with the Air Force? And I've had 10 beautiful years, glorious years with the Indian Air Force. So come here, listen my story, be with me and touch the sky with glory. Jai Hind guys, do not forget to like, share and subscribe and do comment on how do you like it.
It's another Sunday. That means it's time for another episode of Taking It Slow. What's up, Vishu? क्या हाल चाल?
हाँ यार, मेरे बहुत ही अजीब से हाल चाल है यार आज। आपको पता है मेरा जॉब सर्च का फेज चल रहा है, सो माय मूड इज इन अ साइन कर्व। एकदम कभी जैसे इंटरव्यू आ जाता है तो बहुत ही सही, फिर 2 दिन तक कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आता, बिल्कुल खत्म। और अजीब सा है यार जॉब सर्च, एंड सर्च करते हुए ऐसा होता है कि थोड़ा मीनिंगफुल जॉब ढूंढना है मुझे।
हाय हाय हाय, नाइस।
कह रहा जहाँ पे मैं ग्राउंड लेवल इम्पैक्ट कर सकूं। एंड स्पीकिंग ऑफ ग्राउंड लेवल इम्पैक्ट
And speaking of meaningful jobs, nailed that segue, yeah, by the way, nailed that. So we have a very special guest with us today. We've been thinking of doing a mini series on the Indian Armed Forces for a while now, and we've been trying to understand what exactly goes through their mind when they're preparing to appear for those exams, what happens when they're actually working there, what are the types of pressures that they face in an everyday scenario. We wanted to step into their shoes because, to be very honest, if I meet someone from maybe another country, if they ask me what am I proud of about India, I'll say ISRO and our armed forces. So that those are the two things that really make me proud to be an Indian.
But I am proud of my Prime Minister also.
Sure. With that, very humbled and very honored to welcome Garima Mishra, who's served the Indian Air Force for 10 years, if I'm not wrong. Hi, Garima.
Hi,
Jai
welcome
Hind.
Garima.
Jai Hind,
Yes, Jai
nice.
Hind.
Right on cue. What's up, Garima? क्या हो रहा है?
Nothing much. I've hung up my uniform, so very much with you guys in the same Dharti Mata. Yeah. So, Vijay, to answer you, it was glorious 10 years with the Air Force.
Right. So you served the Indian Air Force for 10 years. What was your job about? What exactly did you do there?
I was defending our nation. Okay.
Right.
So that was kind of the one marker answer.
Yes,
But
one
yeah.
mark answer.
So when you talk about the Air Force, it's not or rather any armed forces, if you would say, it's not a typical job. It's not a 9 to 5 job that you into. It's actually an operational job, and it is there for 24 hours. So you are 24/7, 365, working towards something or the other, and it's a very different kind of a life. And I think I would advise every individual who have apt QRs, please apply. If not getting into it, at least have the feeling of SSB. It is amazing. It's a life changer experience. Go for it, guys. Do not right now, just apply for it.
अच्छा, तो let's get into it right away. क्या करना क्या होता है, कैसे अप्लाई करना होता है, क्या कैसे पहुंचते हैं आर्म्ड फोर्सेस में, क्या प्रोसेस क्या होता है?
Before deciding into getting into the armed forces, you actually need to have your basic graduation done. So once you've done your graduation, depending on if you have to get into the normal technical stream, you need to have a technical qualification. Like
इंजीनियरिंग तो करना ही होता है यार, कुछ भी कर
इंडिया
सकते
में
हैं इंडिया
कुछ
में।
भी करना है तो इंजीनियरिंग करना है उसके पहले। फर्स्ट स्टेप है वो।
तुम्हें स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी करनी है तो तुम्हें इंजीनियर बनना है पहले।
See, I would say engineers are like आलू. तो
याद है यार,
पनीर की सब्जी बना लो, आलू चाहिए, गोभी की सब्जी बना लो, आलू चाहिए, तो इंजीनियर्स और आलू मिला दो। So no, engineering is not the QR. Graduation is the QR basically.
Okay.
You need engineering for technical branch, and I was into a technical branch, so I am again an आलू।
हम सब आलू हैं, हम सब आलू हैं।
मैं तो थोड़ा लिटरली होता जा रहा हूँ, बट ओके। हाँ।
Coming back to it, once you've done your graduation, in the technical stream also you have this separate feature that Air Force or the Armed Forces gives. When you're in your final engineering year, you can apply for this Air Force wala thing.
Hmm.
And if you qualify, so even in your final year, you are actually paid. So that is called the
nice.
University Entry Scheme, which is a very good scheme for all those who are in their third year or final year of engineering. So that's a very good insight that you can get. And
Nice,
other
yeah.
than that, once you've done your graduation, it is a basic QR that you require. And then depending on what stream you want to get into, whether you want to get in, want to be a pilot, or you want to get into the ground duty or the technical branch, you apply for it. So times have changed. During my donkey years, we had those EKT exam that I had appeared for, which is the engineering knowledge test. And
Okay.
now there's
Okay.
one general exam, which is AFCAT, which is Air Force Common Aptitude Test. So life has become easier and
Yeah.
simpler.
Definitely.
तो गरिमा तुम्हारे साथ कैसा था? Like, how was it with you? Like, did you apply for Air Force because के engineering हो रही है and I have to get a job somewhere, or did you have this in mind के I have to serve the country and go
वतन
get
की
into Air
रक्षा
Force?
वाली फील्स एकदम.
हाँ, मतलब या फिर ऐसा
So-
जैसे नॉर्मल इंजीनियर्स की लाइफ में होता है भाई, कहीं पे भी मिल जाए जॉब.
So those who come from my times, I was one of those recession times person. So,
Right.
2008, 2009 kind of times.
Yeah.
And those during who've actually come from those times will actually find me and kill me now, because if I'll say this, I actually had 3 jobs in hand.
Okay.
अभी इसी पॉडकास्ट के बाद तुम्हारे कॉलेज की प्लेसमेंट कमेटी का फोन आएगा तुम्हें.
यार मेरा ही मन कर रहा है अब तो. 3 jobs in hand. That seems like a dream.
Yeah, so I had one software job which I never wanted to get into since I was a telecom engineer. And then
Infosys,
I had
of course.
another,
TCS, yeah.
Infosys at TCS, हाँ.
and
Next,
then I
moving
had
on.
the second job with one of the telecom giants of the company.
मतलब
So-
Ericsson या Nokia, Siemens. Next.
Yeah.
While I had these 2 jobs, I was somewhere never kind of satisfied, and I
Yeah.
wanted to, I was actually seeing this ad of Navy all the time, and I wanted to get into the Navy. So Air Force was never even in my mind. I had never thought of getting into the forces. But yeah, Navy was something which I always was very fascinated about. I was, those times, those box computers, and I used to apply for Navy all the time, send them numerous mails. I don't know
Oh,
where
wow.
all these mails landed,
Nice.
but I always used to get a pop-up of Air Force. So, kind of destiny giving a sign to you. And then one day I decided, okay, let me see what this is. So I finally opened the pop-up, took the printout of the application form, which was there, applied for it. It was a 7-month procedure. And finally, after all that time,
Nice.
I joined the forces. From
so
applying till
Hmm.
onboarding, it was a
तो
7-month
जब
procedure.
घर वालों को पता चला कि बेटी एयरफोर्स में जाने वाली है, व्हाट वाज द रिएक्शन लाइक?
पापा के बड़े पैसे खर्च हुए. And that was not because he had to pay for me getting into it,
Yeah.
because he had to lure mummy for all kind of things.
Nice.
So it's actually a very nice story. I would like to share this with
हाँ,
you.
हाँ बताओ ना.
उसी के लिए ही बनाया पॉडकास्ट यार, स्टोरीज के लिए.
So the first day I spoke of this to my parents that I want to apply for the Indian Air Force. Papa's like, shh, mummy ke samne mat bolna. And then we were like, okay. So I was deciding upon, we had to choose a center where I can actually go and appear for this exam, the EKT exam. Okay. So there were a lot of places and I had to fill that center. So Papa saw all the place options and he tells me, apply for Allahabad. I was like, and why is that? So, okay.
And where
so
were you
for those
based
Yogi
then?
fans, I'm sorry, it is Prayagraj now.
And where were you based then?
I am born and brought up from Jamshedpur.
Okay, okay.
So you can understand from Jamshedpur till
To
Allahabad,
Allahabad, yeah.
this planned tour. Okay, and Papa planned it out like that so that we take mom along. And, we did all kind of holy religious tour there.
Nice.
Vishwanath and everything. And once everything was done, the next day morning, it was a Sunday morning, I remember. And I get ready and mom is looking at me and she's like, is something off your side? I mean, what is it?
इतनी जल्दी कैसे उड़ गई है
Let's
बेटा?
go somewhere.
हाँ.
And, so we went to this Air Force station. Mama's looking at the, infrastructure and she's like, what are we up to? Papa's like, no, she's got something inside. So she'll just go there, meet some people and she'll come out.
Nice.
And then they kept waiting and waiting and waiting. It was a 3-hour paper. And then
Nice.
they had to wait all the way outside. When I came out,
Brilliant.
my mom was like, I don't know if you get selected or not, but you're not going because I had to wait for all this time. Okay, so this was gone. And then, as I told you, it was a very long procedure. So then after some time, I had almost forgotten about this case, this Air Force appearance. And I had started working towards, studying towards my next round of interview with one of the telecom giants. And I had cleared that almost. I had cleared 2-3 rounds and I was almost into the final round of it. When I got another postal letter from the Air Force saying that you've been selected for SSB now. So I again had to choose my service selection board. So me and Papa working on it again. So when I told you that Papa had to spend a lot, so this is how he had to spend a lot. So then we selected Varanasi again. So we went to Varanasi.
फिर वहाँ पे सारे मंदिर घूमे.
Religious venturing out again.
सही है, मतलब blessings रहे तुम्हारे साथ. और गरिमा मेरे को एक और चीज पूछनी है यार. Like you passed out in 2008. Okay, I passed out in 2015. And I did electronics and communication engineering. क्या जब तुमने एडमिशन लिया था इंजीनियरिंग में तो तुम्हारे को भी ये बोल के दिया गया था कि बहुत ज्यादा स्कोप है इस स्ट्रीम का? वो स्कोप अभी तक नहीं आ रहा है यार.
You have to find your way through.
Yeah, बहुत स्कोप है लेकिन एयरफोर्स में एमबीए करने के बाद हाँ.
Yeah, so there are a lot of scopes, but then you need to find your own scope.
You need to be good at it, Vishu. So there's a difference between you and Garima. You need to be actually good at what you trying to study. Yeah, Garima बस से जब लेटर आया था वो एयरफोर्स की तरफ से एकदम फील तो आई होगी यार कि इंडियन एयरफोर्स का एम्बलम बना हुआ है वहाँ पे एंड एड्रेस टू गरिमा मिश्रा. मतलब काफी प्राउड फील हुआ होगा ना एकदम.
Yes. It was actually a very nice kind of a feeling because उसके पहले जो भी आते थे वो बस यही लेटर आते थे कि आपकी बेटी बहुत बात करती है क्लास में. So yeah, that was something which was very nice.
Acha, what was the onboarding process like? So you've now entered, you just joined the Air Force now. You cleared the SSB. So what was the onboarding process like?
Yeah, so once you clear your SSB, then it doesn't stop with that. You again have your medical examination, which is a 5-day procedure. So they examine you totally, whether you're medically fit or not. In case there are some deformations which they come across, which can be cured, they will give you some time and they will ask you to, for example, some people have less anemia, they're anemic or something. So they get some time to work over it, or some people are overweight, some people are underweight. So they kind of, work towards it. After all of this, again, you go back home and forget about everything because finally when you get it then comes a notice basically, which comes on the website and all. And they declare the shortlisted candidates. And it used to come in the merit order. Yeah. So
and then you start seeing it from the bottom. कि मेरा नाम कहाँ पे?
Rather these days you can just do a Control F. You need not know your position.
कुछ induction type रहता है जब when you actually join the Air Force?
No, not before onboarding, but yes, once you've onboarded, first 6 months is a training period. In fact, actually first 1 year is a training period. Why I mentioned 6 months is because as a technical officer, I was in Hyderabad, the Air Force Academy for 6 months. And later on, all the technical officers, we move out to Air Force Training Technical College, which is in Bangalore. So we had another 1 year of technical training there in Bangalore. Yeah. So after 6 months of the indoctrination period, the Ragda period, we all move out to our expertise. So the pilots move out to their own systems, the technical officers come here, and the ground duty officers remain there in Air Force Academy. So that's how it diverges.
So what was your specialization? And
I was a technical officer, and initially I was into the missiles. So I used to kill. And
yeah, as simple as that.
I specialize in killing. So we need to be cross-trained, okay? We cannot, specialize only in one stream. after my stint with the missiles, I further meandered towards communication because I was a telecom engineer. So I thought I should, the scope I had.
Yeah. यहाँ पे scope थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, हाँ.
Scope मिल गया मुझे. And that's how I meandered towards the telecom department. And I was looking after the signals, the communication, the IT infrastructure. You would have followed the news. It was MAFI infrastructure, which was modernization of airfield infrastructure. So I was looking after those roles. Yeah, but extensively telecommunication was my domain thereafter.
Nice. So when you were in your telecommunications field, what was the work pressure like?
Like you said, like it's a lifestyle. It's not
lifestyle,
a 9 to 5 job.
365 days a year, 24/7. What is it like? Just try and take us through a day of your life, for example.
So when I actually completed my 10 years of Air Force and I joined my another corporate stint, I heard this term work-life balance, and that was the first ever time I heard that.
Oh, there's a life outside work. Okay.
Okay, what's that? You basically do not feel, see, you have immense pressure because you are actually upholding the constitution basically while being in uniform. So if I say that life is very easy, I'll actually be defying it. It's not that easy, it's not that simple, but it's something that you'll be proud of almost every second day. So every day, I don't have a typical day that I open my laptop and check all the mails. Okay, I have to finish this task in hand. So it's never like that. It is always operational. So you actually, measuring your own strengths that you have, you're working on your strengths, you are acknowledging your own weaknesses and working towards it. So by strength and weaknesses, it is not only your individual, it is also your teams, and it is also operationally. So even equipments, so upkeeping the equipment, practicing as you would do in a live situation. So that is how it goes. And because it is said when the situation arises, it just arises. It never gives you a warning. So even during the peace times, whenever we work, whenever we practice towards it, it is just sudden. So we never get a warning that this is going to happen or such kind of a practice program is going to happen. So it just happens. So that is the kind of training that we get in.
So what happens in those simulations or practice करते हो किस चीज से practice कराते हैं क्या? What do you prepare you for?
You must be aware of PUBG and 4G. Right?
Yeah, I just know 4G. यार. Atmanirbhar.
It's as simple as there are two forces. There's one red force and there's one blue force. The red force is the anti-force. The blue force is your friendly force, and you have to fight it with each other. And here, the only difference is both the red force and the blue force are from the Indian Air Force, and both are defending themselves, and both are trying to say that I am more powerful. So we keep playing this all the time.
Nice.
So when we actually get the red forces, the blue forces are, impactful enough.
It must be so nice, like to know that, and the feeling of pride that you must have while working for Air Force, because when you're working there, you know that if you don't do your job well, lives are at stake. And versus in a private firm, like when you don't do your job well, like there might be less sales.
Increment थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा.
हाँ. मतलब वो IAF का बिल्कुल feel ही different होता होगा यार आर्म्ड फोर्सेस का.
But life is more difficult अगर sales नहीं होता है तो.
I know.
I can relate so hard to that.
Yeah. So you were talking about the work pressure. So I have worked all my life, but I had never felt the pressure earlier.
Yeah.
The pressure is now, yes.
Yeah, that's why the work-life balance का हाँ इसकी जरूरत होती है.
इसकी जरूरत होती है, yes.
Achha, so how often did this simulation take place, and how long did they go for, like across days, or how did it happen?
Every moment.
Fuck, okay.
Every moment. That's our day-to-day jobs. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war.
What? यार ये भी टी-शर्ट होनी चाहिए यार. This has to be a
quote यार. This is a quote, and like I मतलब पहली बार कहीं पे really apply हो रहा है. Yeah.
This has to be on a t-shirt.
ये बस जिम में करते हुए सोचता हूँ मैं, लेकिन असली लाइफ में यहाँ पे हो रहा है.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So to get those 6 packs, you need to, sweat it out every day. So
Yeah.
it's just that 15 days of 6 packs, but it is 6 months of slogging. So.
उसके बाद फिर रात को एक रोटी खा लो और सब खत्म हो जाता है. So, what is the vibe in the team like? When you are practicing and when the tensions are high, how do you keep yourselves calm, and how does the team keep themselves calm, and how do they unwind after, say, a long stressful day? What is the vibe in the team like?
I'll tell you one example. I was posted in the northeastern front, and we were not in a very nice times then. There was some Doklam conflict, and there were a lot of other activities happening. And there were times when we couldn't go for holiday. Holiday is basically going back to your home, going back to your hometown, going back to your family. So we couldn't take that. We did not have that, leisure of taking that holiday for almost 9 months.
Okay.
So it had been 9 months where probably anyone from that base had not gone back home to their family, whether it is a death in the family or a wedding in the family or a newborn or probably just a simple Holi or Diwali or whatever it was. So no one could go back and, kind of see their families also. And since it was those trying times, obviously, we did not have the leisure of having smartphones with us. We don't use smartphones in Forge. Okay, so WhatsApp is a privilege.
ऐसे derogatory tone में बोला गया है, ठीक है ना? तुम्हें पता नहीं है.
तुम्हारी लाइफ जिस चीज के अराउंड रिवॉल्व करती है, हम उसे छूते भी नहीं है.
So no smartphones, no families, no video callings, no Zoom calls. So imagine there is a life without all this also. And at that time, when I was actually commanding some probably 200 men under me, and when I say 200 men, so these people have an age diversity from say 20s to late 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously not everyone is as fit, not everyone is as mentally in the same stable state as everyone else is. So that times it is actually we who need to, stand by each other. We need to bind to each other. So all that we could think of is laughing out loud at smallest of instances, singing out loud, just living it like as if probably that was your last day.
That's it, yeah.
So that was the moment. That was how we used to cherish it. In fact, my own husband was on a different field altogether. I had not seen him for months altogether. So he's also serving. He's still serving with the Air Force.
Nice.
And it was nice, interesting, adventurous. And if I had to do this again, probably I would do it.
Wow, that's awesome to hear, yeah. In your tenure of 10 years, how many almost live situations did you face?
Life situations as in threat to others or threat to self?
When you had to be on your absolute red alert. So काफी ज़्यादा sensitive times, जैसे आपने डोकलाम का अभी बताया. So Doklam is an example. Other instances like this?
In my 10-year stint, leaving the first year, obviously because of the training and all. So in my 10-year stint, I had just 2 years of peacetime. And all other times were probably guarding the Western Front or the Northeastern Front.
Wow, okay. So stressful 10 years, I must say.
There were months when I had not seen civilization altogether. We used to stay in tents. We had not seen buildings. So yeah, that's how life was. I mean, this comes from my background and this comes from my experience. So whenever I was, during my all this hostile stint that I was always into, I would say something specially to the people of India, the ones, I mean, the Rajasthan border, the people in Haryana, people in Punjab, people in J&K are absolutely adorable set of people. They are so friendly. They are so adaptive, and they had huge respect for all of us.
Nice.
So if we were there, in tents, in probably these forward locations, they used to get, gallons and gallons of milk and rice and ration and all kind of things. Ki, ma'am, aap lo, aap apni team ko do. It was, I mean, we had never asked for anything, and it was just out of courtesy and respect that they used to do this. And it had only come because probably these people have seen war.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
These belts have been affected. They have,
Hmm.
been touched by this kind of thing. So probably it comes from there.
Acha, you must have dealt with a lot of sensitive information also during your stint, during your tenure. At any time, did it become too overbearing? Okay, I have to keep everything to myself. I can't share the stresses that I'm facing with my family, with my husband, probably. And did it become a little too sternest for you as an individual?
If I tell you, I'll have to kill you. Okay, yeah, yes, because I was into
Yeah.
the operational thing. I was a combatant, and I was, on the front line of defense, basically. So there was a lot of sensitive information which I had a hold of. And in fact, there's a very interesting thing that actually used to happen. I often used to make calls to mom just to, because she was very kind of always scared that where are you, what are you into and all. So I, used to make sure that everything is normal kind of. So almost every second day, if there's one person I'm calling, that used to be my mom. After some time, my mom complained that she started getting calls from the neighboring country.
What?
And yes, and she used to get numerous calls and kind of threats and asking kind of information and all. And then obviously I had this in my mind. We were all already sensitized towards it. So I made her understand. I sensitized her towards it, and then I made her know how to block numbers, and she started utilizing technology.
So that means the neighboring countries usually tap phones as well. The monitor calls.
I have one more theory behind this, Garima. Just let me know if you think that might be true. That it might be the Indian forces itself. They might be
to cross check.
Yeah,
कुछ बता रहे हैं क्या?
हाँ, कुछ information leak तो नहीं हो रही है, pretending to be.
Good theory, Vivek. I wish we could abide by it. And to answer, Duju, your question, whether is it possible or not. So, Vivek, you are also a communication engineer, right?
Like both of us are. All three of us are.
Things are under scanner, things are under radar. And yes, I mean, it's even if it is not tabbed, at least getting to know which zone is talking to which zone and all is, we cannot keep our eyes and ears closed, right?
Yeah, कुछ information.
But that is scary, yaar. That is quite scary. अगर ऐसे mom को phone आ रहा है,
it actually, my mom got kind of, taken aback. But then I had sensitized her towards it. So obviously, she had her daughter in the Indian Air Force, so she had to be strong enough.
Apart from stuff like people might contact your family, etc., what all are you sensitized about? As in the information that you can tell us, the basic information that we might not know, that might be a surprise to us. So stuff like that, simple stuff like that. What else are you sensitized about?
Nothing is going out from my mouth.
Lovely. Okay, no problem.
All that is supposed to be known is known by Republic TV and
Air Force की website खोल कर देख लो, तुम्हें जो देखना है जाके.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Air Force की website would have less information. Republic TV would have more.
Brilliant.
But I mean, we are living in such times that this might just be true.
Yeah.
Like I would say, people are more expert in Rafale than French themselves.
Yeah. अरे वो इतना सही जोक था यार, that after watching Indian media, Rafale France is saying कि हमने सस्ते में तो नहीं बेच दिया यार. अच्छा, इतना अच्छा है क्या Rafale?
अच्छा, लेट्स कम टू अ लाइटर नोट. अभी थोड़ा सा काफी सीरियस हो गया. मैं थोड़ा डर गया था, मॉम को फोन आ गया अभी.
क्या अभी हमारी मॉम को ही फोन आ रहा होगा कि बताओ
कितना स्कीम चला रहे हैं अगले महीने. So how share some funny incidents or some funny stories that you must have while your downtime, during unwinding, while you were relaxing as a team. Share some funny incidents with us. कुछ भी hold back नहीं करना है.
Actually been a very notorious kind of an officer.
Brilliant.
So I don't know what I'm allowed to say on this. So I have operationally done a lot of notorious things. So I would prefer not, getting into it.
अच्छा, apart from your technical stuff, जब बाद में chill करते होगे, party वगैरह करते होगे, उस time पे कुछ मस्ती
Team
होती होगी?
building activities.
Team building
We can
activities,
term it
yes.
as team building activities.
Yeah, we party a lot. More than me, my husband, he's a party animal totally. He's a very soft-spoken kind of a person who doesn't talk much and all, but he parties a lot. I mean, I don't know, something gets into him late in the evening. So every evening he used to party, and not the party like, it's a grand party or something, but what we generally do is we guys get together, we have our own bonfires, and almost every house has a bonfire kind of a thing. So we, get together at places, and we chop together, cook together. So that is the kind of unwinding we usually do within forces. Yeah. And we don't have PVR facilities and multiplexes and all. So हमारे अपने
नहीं, वो तो
होते हैं।
स्मार्टफोन वाले कमेंट से समझ आ गया था। तुम
The
जैसे
screen
useless-
is not our entertainment.
But
You
I tell you,
nincompoops.
even in the forward areas, we used to have our own inbuilt open air theaters. So made by us, operated by us,
Nice.
paid by us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you are into Air Force and into armed forces, you know that you and your husband won't be living together all the time. तो तुम how do you come to that understanding? अपने आप को कैसे तुम accept कराते हो कि हाँ, this is the reality?
I think if both the partners are within the Air Force, I think this is the perfect combination one can ever have, because they understand each other's work profile. They understand that अगर मेरी बीवी रात में बाहर है तो वो इधर-उधर घूम नहीं रही है।
वो देख रही है कि पाकिस्तान में कौन आर्म फोर्स वाला अपनी मम्मी को कॉल कर रहा है। उसको फोन लगा के पूछ रही है, बताओ।
Yeah, so kind of, I mean, yeah, you develop that kind of trust and bonding towards each other. And yes, we have to, kind of feel कि यार साथ में posting कब होगी, posting होगी भी तो साथ में कितना time रहेंगे. In fact, there has been times where we used to stay in the same house, and after a week we met each other in one of the officer mess parties, and we are seeing each other and shaking hands. Hey, how are you? It's been long.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay.
that happened with us.
Nice.
So how long did you stay together? Like in your stint of 10 years, like how long were you married? कितना time तुम्हें हाँ साथ
So
में?
I'm married for 9 years now. We got married like in the kindergarten age.
Okay.
When we had just started, our Air Force journey. So basically, how it happens in the forces, it's the senior course who takes Ragra for the junior course. Ragra as in the indoctrination. So we physically train people to, it's not ragging, okay?
Yeah, it's not ragging to because it's bad.
We don't get into the dirty ragging. We believe in physical toughness. So I used to do, my seniors used to do that for me. I used to do that for my juniors, and that's how the tradition goes on. So there was this very cute little guy in our junior course, and he used to do Ragra, and I used to, kind of toughen him. And then after probably a year, he got married to me.
Wow, yeah.
So sweet.
He must be a stud, yaar, in his
In his batch, हाँ,
senior के
That's
साथ
what
शादी
married to
करी है।
him, definitely he's a stud.
सही।
Brilliant. अच्छा, 10 years. उसके बाद फिर you shifted to a corporate structure. You were earlier telling us that work-life balance के बारे में तब सुना finally जाके. So did you actually enjoy the work that you did for the forces more? As in, do you miss that adrenaline? Do you miss that rush at times? अभी कॉर्पोरेट में के इतना प्रेशर नहीं है, ठीक है 30th को काफी प्रेशर होता है बट नंबर करवाने का, बट इन जनरल लाइफ में इतना लोड नहीं है. सो डू यू मिस योर प्रीवियस वर्क समटाइम्स?
Yes, I miss my work sometimes because I was hardcore technically involved into it. So in fact, I did some job for the tribe services as well. I was into the telecom department, right? So I did some projects involving and kind of knitting the three forces together. That was a pilot project, and we started with it. So in fact, I introduced, as part of one of the projects that I was into, I had this opportunity to introduce a cellular phone to the Air Force. So it's known as AFCEL, which is Air Force Cellular. So, Air Force actually has its own cellular communication.
Brilliant.
ये सब तुम्हें कहाँ पता होगा?
ये subtle flaw देखो, कभी घमंड नहीं किया इस चीज का.
तुम जियो यूजर्स.
When I talk about my profile and I compare it to this kind of job, so from a technically driven background to a business oriented background, yes, I definitely miss my technical acumen, but I enjoy this work as well because I'm into, one of the world leaders of alcobev industry. So yeah, daru, I mean party, sharty.
जिसके लिए काफी लोग आर्म्ड फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करते हैं.
Yes. So I continue the tradition and
Nice.
I carry it again here. And my current company makes sure that I do not miss my previous work.
Brilliant. कुछ ऐसे आपस में वन अपमैनशिप होता था क्या एयर फोर्सेस में और नेवी में वर्सेस इंडियन आर्मी ऑन ग्राउंड फोर्स? कुछ आपस में से राइवलरी वगैरह रहती थी कुछ?
Yeah, Air Force is at the top.
Literally.
Okay, so my brothers, co-brothers, sisters, co-sisters from other friendly forces do not,
This is the time to stop listening to this podcast. इसके बाद अभी सिर्फ तुम्हारी बुराई की जाएगी.
Okay, but ये हमेशा रहती है और रहेगी.
शाबाश.
It is like siblings. Like मम्मी भैया से ज्यादा प्यार पापा से तो obviously ज्यादा करती है, but भैया से ज्यादा प्यार करती है या मेरे से ज्यादा प्यार करती है, kind of a concept. So भैया better or me better. So yeah, actually, there's this very famous joke between the services. They say there was an instruction that एक गड्ढा करना है, okay, you to dig a hole. So people are like, okay, so the instruction went simultaneously to the three forces. So, Navy went to it, they started measuring, they took proper dimensions. They're very, immaculate and spectacular at their job. Okay, so they started measuring, they made a proper, measurement, dig the hole, made it clean and tidy and everything presentable, spick and span. So army as army would be, they went there, started digging the hole. No further questions asked, no specifications. गड्ढा करना है, CEO ने साहब ने बोला है गड्ढा करना है. So they started digging the hole, and when the same information came to the Air Force, so the commanders discussed, and they were like, okay, so what is it, gentlemen, that we have to do? So we have to dig a hole. Okay, and where do we have to dig a hole? Sir, here we have to dig a hole. Okay, and how big is it going to be? Sir, this specification, everything discussed, and then, but why do we have to dig a hole? That's the difference between the forces.
Nice. Spoken like a true ex-Air Force.
Army and Navy, I have all my hearts to you. My co-brother is in Army.
ये तो बस हाँ ठीक है.
Sure. We are all siblings, but बड़े भाई बहन हम हैं.
It's again as between the siblings gone better.
Brilliant. Acha, towards the end of the discussion, what was the proudest moment for you in the 10 years of service that you had?
Dil se bolu, so the day I had cleared my SSB, I had gone out and मैंने वो STD phone था, वहाँ से I had called up my mom and I had called up and I had told her Flying Officer Garima Mishra.
Bye. Nice.
And पीछे ऐसा म्यूजिक बज रहा है.
I mean, very, very first instance that thing that had come to me, yes. But yeah, lot of recognitions, lot of honors that I've had during my very short 10 years stint. But something which was very close to my heart again was I had done, coming from the technical background, I had done a fault analysis on one of the airfield infrastructures. Okay. And, we've adapted the technology for so long. We've been working on it over years together. And then after so many years, if someone is actually finding a fault over it, and then I did this fault analysis and made my team aware, made my bosses aware, took up a paper presentation, took it up all the way levels. And when I had actually, I was probably in the last few months of leaving the Air Force, I got a call from one of the bosses. He called me up and he told me the paper that you had written on that, fault analysis, fault finding thing, is now being studied by people in the technical college. So I think that was an achievement. So probably 10 years if Air Force has given so much to me, I have given my bit to the Air Force. So
Nice.
Nice.
One last question. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
no and yes, both.
Acha, why?
Yeah, I know it's kind of shocking, eyebrow raising.
And in continuation to this question, Garima just answered that also. I think our audience, उन्होंने IAF के उससे ये podcast सुना होगा, but I think they would not like to know it about you too. That what led you to leave Air Force and come to the private sector?
I'll answer this first.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So although it was kind of announced that women get permanent commission, till date we've not got permanent commission. So yeah, that was one of the reasons. My batch, I was a short service commissioned officer, and it was a mandatory 10 years service. So I had to hang my uniform after 10 years. We do get an opportunity to extend our service to 14 years.
Yeah.
So I thought, ab baad mein jana hi hai, chale jate hain. I mean, I've had good times with the Air Force. I'm happy. So I mean, let's try something outside. I was young, I was fresh. I wanted to do some, take up new challenges, get some new learnings done, find the scope in life.
Yeah.
हाँ, उसके बाद MBA के बाद भी बहुत scope हुआ.
IIM Indore से MBA भी कर लिया फिर.
So to answer that, this is why I left the faucet. Okay, but
just to prod on that a little further, is there some sort of I don't want to call it resentment, but do you feel that थोड़ा सा biasness होता है towards the male employees, and you feel a little weird कि why not us? कुछ कभी भी during your tenure also कभी ऐसा लगा that the system is a little biased against females?
So Gunjan Saxena is a very beautiful movie as a movie.
असलियत में नहीं होता. हाँ.
As a movie, it's a lovely movie, but no, it's the same people that is outside also. It's the same people that is inside also. I'm sure अगर आपके office में कोई female colleague होगी, you would be treating her as a human being normally. So it's the same. In fact, it is. People in the forces are all the more concerned towards you from a different gender, because they know it's a hostile environment, and they are all the more protective.
Nice.
So yeah, you don't get that feeling altogether, never. And in fact, my own husband is from the forces, my co-brother is from the forces. So no, you don't get that kind of a feeling.
Lovely to hear. That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to disappoint Karan Johar fans.
सही में यार.
And the movie is good. I found the movie as a movie.
So you said yes and no. Why?
I said yes and no because let bygones be bygones. I've had 10 glorious years. Probably if I would have continued it that time, I would have continued it. So now again, probably going back to the same stint, no. And yes, because if I would get an opportunity to get into new challenges of the Air Force, to get some new learnings, new opportunities, new ventures, definitely yes. So I mean, same role. Why do you want to repeat?
Understood.
Try out different opportunities. Live your life.
ऐसा हो गया कि अगर next life में है दोबारा कर रहे हैं, it's a yes. लेकिन इसमें दोबारा करने ये तो कर ही लिया.
Exactly. So why repeat it?
It's your life. Make it large.
Quite literally.
Thank you, Garima, for taking time out here. It was brilliant speaking to you. I mean,
बहुत मजा आया
genuinely
यार.
one of the best pods that we've ever done. कितने 25-26 episodes हो गए हमारे, and इतना engaging और इतना thoroughly enjoyable podcast अभी तक शायद नहीं किया है. Sorry Gulshan Devaya, sorry Agrima, but genuinely hats off. lovely.
वैसे हमारे पॉडकास्ट के बाद ऐसा बोलते हैं गेस्ट को, लेकिन ये सही में अच्छा था.
ये सही में बहुत सही था. सही में बहुत अच्छा था. और ये वाला पार्ट हम किसी पॉडकास्ट में फाइनल कट में डालते नहीं है, इसमें डालेंगे.
तो मैं नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट का एंडिंग सुनूंगी.
Terrific. Thank you, Garima. Thank you for taking time out here.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Diju, for having me here. Bye-bye.
I hope you had fun chatting to us as well.
Lovely.